Who's a fat boy?
Podcast Fat Boy.
Well, shall we get started? Shall we get started? Just when you think I have turned to ash, it is 2019, and we are about to ring in not just the new year, which we did about 6 days ago. We're still reeling from that. Everyone's got that excited new year vibe. I can feel it in the air, in the cool air that becomes warm so fast. 1 year ago today it was minus 23. Today it's plus 7. That is what's going on with our climate. Climate, everyone. So we got some big things coming up. For one, I know I took a little break from this podcast, as I do. A big part of this podcast is taking the breaks. Because you need like a good gravy. You need it to soak up in the bread over time, and people seem to be listening to it, which is great. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for checking in. Even when I don't post this shit, I'm still getting some listens, which is great because, you know, you got to listen to something. Am I right? Well, we got 5 years of the podcast coming up. I took 2 years off. Cheers to that. But I started this sucker in April of 2014. And in a couple months, it's going to be April 2019. So I don't know if we should celebrate. Should I have a big live show for all my fans? I'm thinking about renting out Massey Hall. I'm going to talk to the producers there. I've got some connects. And yeah, let me know if you'd be into that, into a Massey Hall show. It'd probably be the next episode. Let's be honest. But I'm having a good time. I am back from Vancouver, obviously. That was 2 months ago. I was in the most pain I've been in a long time from that hike. It took me quite a few days to recover. And I still have this little cutie of, I guess some people call it toe jam. I just call it a fucking bruise on my toe. When your fucking nail gets all nice and perp. And I think it must have been, it's all from the descent. I looked it up. And I kind of knew that I should have tightened my laces. I should have been tightening my laces a couple of times because they're obviously going to get loose. And, you know, you pay the price. I'm not in any pain. I know you guys are probably worried about me. Matt, are you in any pain? No. But it is quite hideous to look at. And I just sometimes stare at it for a while, hoping that like my nail's gonna grow like a little switchblade or something. It's gonna pop up like a little hedgehog, and I'll be able to clip it off because it's, you know. Thank God I don't do much, you know, like foot modeling auditions because I would be very dry for roles right now, unless it's like someone that's going through gangrene or something like that. Or one of those disgusting commercials where it's like a dad with a toe that has fungus on it. I can't watch this commercial. It's like this little girl watching her dad. He's just sitting there with his gross ass toe. And she's like, Dad, this is fucked. And he's like, don't worry about it. Who cares? It'll get better. It's just a fucking weird toe. And then it cuts the doctor being like, nope, it's a fucking infection and it won't go away until you get it treated. And it's contagious to your young daughter who's, you know, she's going to grow up and she's going to have to keep away from so many things that could make her sick. She can't go into the adult world with toe fungus. That can't be the first thing, okay? You're supposed to protect your kids. Not just from monsters outside, but the, you know, monsters between your toes and on your toes. So, fuck that guy and fuck that commercial. Oh, boy. It is Sunday. And in Canada, because marijuana is legal, it's the day that you are to charge all your vapes up. You got to make sure all your vapes and all your extra batteries are charged and ready to go for the rest of the week. Because, you know, I did check out the vapes last night, and they were all pretty low. And that's something you got to think about now in this legal world of marijuana smoke. Because, most people aren't even just smoking it to get high. They're just smoking CBD type of stuff. They're just trying to treat a little arthritis or that bad back that they got. I am in the Charlie Bucket studio, as you can tell by the great acoustics that I record in. It is still for sale if you are interested. I'm not going to tell you the address, okay? You got to figure that out for yourself. You got to look for the pictures online because, yep, my entire apartment is online for all to see and has been for months. And we're not going anywhere. But it's nice to have strangers in. It's kind of like a sitcom with guest stars. They come in, they scale the place with their minds, and then you see the little flame go out where they realize, wow, this is how I would go bankrupt buying this place and taking on these leases with their bullshit cheap rent. So, we just get some different friends in. It's kind of nice. I kind of feel like Forrest Gump's mom when she had that plantation and she had all those people coming in all the time to stay over, and Elvis came up with his dance thanks to the little demented boy. So call me the demented boy all you want. Come on over, check it out. Just call her my landlord's shit agent first, because, he loves fucking texting me with the times. Oh, no, I've mentioned his name now. He's probably going to text me with a new time. Oh, I'm so excited. But guys, don't worry. It is 2019, and it is a big year of change for me. We've got the 5-year anniversary of the pod. We're getting Tony Little in. We're going to get Suzanne Summers. All the fitness gurus are going to come in for the pod. Obviously, I've talked about them a lot. Hal Johnson and Joanne McLeod. They're going to come on the show, and I think she's actually going to take his last name. So she's just going to be Joanne Johnson. JJ. Where's JJ at? It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I don't know if you can tell, but I was sick. That was my Christmas Eve gift that I got. I got to wake up with a fucking horrible chest cold. And I'm just starting to finally shake the rest of it out now. I have postnasal drip. That is kind of what I'm dealing with right now. So it just kind of feels like I'm choking sometimes. It's really nice. I've tried everything. I've been really on top of it. All the favorites, guys. We know in an earlier episode, one of the first episodes of this podcast, I got sick when I went to Winnipeg, and he made me drink these cayenne fucking lemon drinks. Haven't had that since. That was about 6 years ago. But I have had lots of oregano oil. My stepfather gave me a hot toddy, and I looked up hot toddies to see if they actually do anything. And here's the thing. It's really in your fucking head. Because, yes, just having a hot liquid is good. It's gonna soften up your mucous membranes so that shit can blow out. The alcohol is just going to calm you down so that you're relaxed, because apparently being relaxed when you're sick is important. But there's no the honey's just yummy. It doesn't do fuck all. There's no, antibacterial properties when you ingest honey. So, it's all a bunch of bullshit, and it did not make me feel better. He also said that I had to drink it boiling hot. So he was yelling at me as I drank it. And he's like, oh, it's going to be right out of you tomorrow. No, it was fucking worse. And it also didn't help that the other part of his cold remedy was he's just going to sit in the corner hacking on darts with the door closed. Apparently that was the other part of the remedy that he didn't exactly tell us about or ask if it was okay. But that also did not work, unfortunately. So, you take your vitamins. My favorite thing, as I've said before, maybe on this podcast, is the neti pot. The neti pot is just Dr. Meta. If he, everybody has their person that they would follow into a cave and drink the Kool-Aid for. And he's probably the guy that could lure me in with a neti pot. So it's just good to clean out your goddamn sinus passages because you got all kinds of shit in there. You got pet dander, you got mold. And then on top of it, when you're sick, you got all that fucking phlegm and mucus. And you know, when like you got to blow your nose, you blow it, it's like, it feels like something is coming out, but nothing's coming out. That's because you got to neti that bitch. You got to get, what I like to do is you get a big bottle of distilled water. It's going to cost you about $1.69, 4 liters of distilled water. I put it in the microwave, like in a cup, for about 40 seconds. Then I add that to the neti pot with the saline packet mixture, okay? Because you're going to want to have those. They're pharmaceutical grade, and they are pH balanced, so it does not burn your nose at all. And then you pour it down. I have the stupid fucking pot right now because my singulator broke, which is essentially like, looks like a dildo that just shoots saline cum up your nose. It worked so well. I miss it. It broke. Gotta get a new one. That saline cum spouter. Where do I get? That's what I'll ask. It's Shoppers Drug Mart. You know that thing that like shoots cum up your nose and blows it all out? Makes you feel great. She's like, you are in the wrong place, sir. Anyway, that thing works great. The neti pot works great. Loosens it up, and then you have a nice below the nose, and it all comes out, and it's great. That's how you get that shit from dripping down to your lungs, son. But yeah, I've been like hacking up phlegm like a scurvied sailor for, close to 2 weeks now. It'd be 2 weeks tomorrow, I guess. That's nice. So I'm glad that it's finally given up, because really a virus is a virus. It's going to do what it wants. It's going to stay as long as it wants. All you can do is take some vitamins and make your immune system stronger and help it get bored. That's what I did. The other thing that I got, I won't talk too much more about my health, but you can't hear it in my voice. I'm still a little clogged up. I had the worst canker sore of my life. It was like almost as big as a dime on the inside of my lip. And then it was like, fuck it, let's go rectangle. And it just started spreading into like a rectangle shape. And I didn't know what to do because every time I ate a Christmas dinner or anything, it was like I also had to be chewing on needles at the same time. And anytime, for some reason, it was sugar. Anytime I had sugar, it would just burn like unreal. Sugar and cankers, not cool, bro. And I tried everything. Some people say try hydrogen peroxide. I tried to do these hot water and salt, and I felt like I was in Fight Club getting that weird chemical burn on my arm, but in my mouth. That's all I could think of when it was happening. So I stopped doing that because it got a little too big for the saltwater treatment. And I just, sometimes mouth ulcers is what cankers are also called. They're caused by stress. Well, of course, it's right on time for the holidays. And by a deficiency of like B12 or folic acid, or too much of something like spicy food, which, sometimes I let that get, I get a little crazy with the spicy food and I can't really handle it. But that's gone. So I do still think about that daily, about how happy I am that the goddamn canker sore is gone, because I know it's going to come back one time. And I just can't deal with it right now. I can't deal with it, guys. So before I talk about like what everyone wants to know, okay, which is like what Christmas gifts am I stoked about, we'll talk about more about what I expected of 2019 for me, because I do feel like I am sitting on a hill looking down at a sunset, and there's going to be, I'm going to change this year. There's a lot of shit going on with me. I'm getting married. That's a big deal. Okay, when that is happening, you usually want to have your shit together. So this year I am going to really figure out this shit in this business that I'm in. Do I want to be in it? If I don't want to be in it, I'm going to fucking quit. Cold turkey, motherfucker. I'm going to fire my agent. I'm going to fucking stop going to auditions, and I'm going to do something else that'll make me happy. That's it. I have to decide this year. it's kind of hard that I'm recording this because I'm kind of laying back in the Charlie Bucket studio in the bed, where the grandparents all laid. But it feels like I'm recording this in space for some reason. Like I feel like I can't catch my breath. It's very strange. I don't know what it is. But this is going to be a big year. There's another thing I want to change too, is if I do continue with the acting bullshit, I don't want to have a beard anymore. So I'm going to start shaving again, which means I'm going to have to get new headshots. Hooray. Can't wait for that. Because, I am going out for some old shit now. Like, I'm going out for dad roles, but not, like, new dad roles. I'm going out for, like, I just shot a commercial and I had 2 10-year-old daughters. So it's like, I had kids 10 years ago? Whoa. Okay, it's time to shave your rusty-ass beard. Because, I can grow a beard, but it's getting pretty fucking gray. And so is my fucking hair. So maybe I will have to start dyeing my hair brown again. I'm going to fucking get in great shape, and then I'll get tips, and I'm going to look fucking like I'm 24 again. But, no, let's be honest. But I am making it a huge goal, and it does help when, there's a marriage on the way, that, I want to get real fit. Because I'm only playing hockey now once a week, and my legs feel strong, which is the most important part for hockey, really. You need your strong legs, but stamina's still bad. And I've gained some weight. I'm scared of the scale, guys. I haven't stepped on the scale in months. I don't want to look at that fucking thing. I don't want to know the truth. Because I feel like I might be over 230. But I don't want, I could just be 225. I don't know. I'm definitely somewhere in the 220s. I don't want to know right now. So after I record this podcast, which is going to be wrapping up soon, because, we don't like to go more than 20 of hearing Matt talk. But I'm going to do some working out today. I'm going to try and hit the bike, get some exercise in, get a good sweat, amp it up, get my cardio going. Because you know what is bullshit? And what I've always known, I just always thought, even when I was a personal trainer, when you guys are all in your, it's New Year's, a bunch of you that listen to this are going to be like, yeah, I'm going to the gym. It's fucking New Year's. I got to get back in the gym. You're going to be looking at your cardio machines, and you're going to be seeing a fat burning zone and a cardio zone on your, ellipticals and treadmills. And that fat burning zone, maybe it is what gets people to keep coming back, to feel like they are actually doing something, but it is complete bullshit. Working out at 60% of your max heart rate doesn't really do too much. You will burn some calories, but there's not some like fat burning benefit. And I looked it up a while ago, and I was reading an article in the Washington Post. You can't trust anything these days because everything's fake news, right? But essentially, the standard advice that it gives you is to get into this zone where it's 6% of your heart rate, right? And then in that zone, it'll burn more fat and result in a greater long-term weight loss compared with doing exercise at higher intensities. So that is not the feeling that working out at a lower rate is going to burn fat. It doesn't take away the fact that you still have to think about the calories in and calories out, because you're burning calories to burn fat. Like, burning fat will take care of itself. So you'll burn more calories with a higher intensity workout. And that's just the fucking facts. Going for a walk for an hour, it's not going to burn as much calories as like going on an elliptical or biking or running. It's just ridiculous. So try not to fall for that. But what I will say is that you should mix it up, and you should have higher intensity days. You should have lower intensity days. Like, you don't listen to me, because don't do as I do as I say, right? I'm not doing it, but that is how it works. And it's like anything I read about fitness, it's always like, it comes back to variation and moderation, changing things up, not being stagnant. That's like always what you just have to keep doing. Crazy. See, like, I feel like I'm in space. I feel like I'm upside down right now in space recording, and I can't, like, that would be my biggest problem in space. Be like, where is up? But where's up? Well, there's no up here, pal. You're everywhere. Fuck. Going to the dentist tomorrow. First time in many years that I am not afraid. I'm usually really terrified because I don't always floss very well. But me, over the last year, I bought a smaller water pick, and I proved to myself that I would use it. And if I did a good job with that, I would get a real nice one that plugs in and power washes my mouth. And that I did, and I love it. If you have problems with flossing, I recommend getting a water pick. It is the best. And you will see a difference. You know, because when you start using water pick, you're going to bleed a bit. It's like a high pressure wash on your like soft ass gums. Then your gums are going to get tough, and it's going to be like, is this shit even working anymore? So, stoked about that. I'm also stoked about my AirPods that are coming. I don't know if you guys like headphones like I do, but, you know, I have a lot of headphones. A lot of them are shit because I use them for the Confederacy of Dunks podcast. So, you know, they're maybe $20 headphones. They're shit. But I do also have like Bose headphones, and these AirPods are going to be friggin' dope. I went to the mall. I was so excited to buy them. And the woman looked at me in my eyes and said, "These are sold out across Ontario." And then I shit my pants and ran out of there because I was terrified. I thought they would for sure have them. Sold out across Ontario? You know why? Because the new one's coming out soon. The new fucking AirPods 2. So these ones are going to be fucking obsolete. I don't give a fuck. I bought them online. They're coming in 3 weeks, everybody. And I will let you know how good they are because they might be good for working out. Because if I have to fucking get all tangled up in the goddamn cords again, the weird textured ones that Apple gives you, like it turns me off working out. I'd rather not even know that I'm wearing headphones. Eventually it'll just be an implant. It'll actually go into the canal and it'll be like a hearing aid. I'll be looking forward to that. A nice hearing aid type of headphone from Apple. They're being very, you know, casual about it, but eventually they will start implanting us with technology. It's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, God. See, I'm starting to feel the nasal drip again, which means this podcast should probably end. So we're around the 22-minute mark. Oh, God, guys. Let me have a little sip of chamomile tea. I'm really big into chamomile tea right now. It's really nice. Well, that's pretty much it. Other big news, I guess, is I'm going to America in May, and I'm a bit scared about it. But we'll be able to talk about that as it gets closer to the day. And I'm going to try and have a friend on again soon, so that'll be fun. So right now, I'm going to go fucking work out. I'm going to use these 7-minute workouts that I have, that I paid for all the packs for it. And now you can't even get those fucking packs. They make you pay for a subscription. So I'm like in an elite company right now. I'm the lucky dog of this 7-minute workout app. Because you got to pay for a fucking... Yeah, everyone wants a goddamn subscription. Jesus Christ. It's more expensive. Everything's more expensive. God. So I'm going to use one of those. I'm going to get my fucking cardio on point. And I'm going to have a good time. Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been episode 37. And I hope to be back soon. And hopefully with a friend or something, you know? I'm getting so fucking... You're bored of me. I'm bored of me. You're sick of hearing my shit. But I've got like the burning blue flame under my nuts that are saying that I'm going to have some real improvements this year. Alright? Okay, guys. Charge them vapes up for me. And we'll talk soon. Bye.